Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Griftlands, where today, this is the final day of Rook's thing, right? I'm pretty sure. Today we conclude this run successfully. Obviously, of course it's going to go well. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm a little not so pleased with 64 max HP. It makes me feel very vulnerable. But I guess we'll see what we can make of it. We are so used to Hebel's grim demeanor that it takes a moment to realize he looks even grimmer than usual. The thing is, he doesn't though. That's definitely the same face. So of course, we have been kicked out. We're in too deep, and Hebel will have no part of it. But it's fine. We don't need him anyway. Is there any chance that I want to trade coins with you? No, there is not. I think it's a real bummer. Like, there are so many coins. There's so many interesting coin effects with snails, but the heads version of coins is all either like there's one coin where it's draw a card, there's one coin where it's incept a doubt, and then the rest of it is just it creates composure on an argument. If you're following like a heads-based strategy, you really just don't get as many interesting avenues to go down. It is a real shame. Anyway. We're done with Pengamon, we're done with Hebel, we're done with everything except the deepest parts of the bog itself. I only have $38. There's no sense in going to the black market. Let's take our pets and go get into some trouble. Oh hey, it's Frolic of the Beasts. Hey, that's a mighty fine mech you've got there. Might you be interested in making a little trade? A trade? What are you offering in return? Your mech for my beast. Trade the Autodog for Quark the awesome wild armored Vrock, but like Autodog has really seen me through some rough stuff here. What exactly are you planning to do with my Autodog if we trade? Oh, don't worry, I'm not going to disassemble them or anything. I love animals, even the mechanical kind. I'll make some improvements to it and maybe teach it a few new tricks. After that, I'll find someone to sell it to, find it a new home. Okay, that's not so bad, and Quark looks badass, but I just can't, right? This feels like it would be disloyal. Not really looking to buy anything today. The Autodog has certainly been loyal to me, and maybe this is just me personifying a simple machine, but yeah, that sounds like me. I do that. You're rather surprised to find Philemo himself has made an appearance, along with a number of Spark Baron guards. Ah, you made it. I wondered if your leg had slowed you down. I'm afraid Hebel was rather reticent about your message. Was he? I hope you aren't, however, after we spent so many resources making you a map. A map? I thought this part of the bog was uncharted. Oh, it is. Treacherous terrain. But we rigged an automech retinal scanner onto a gas balloon. We were able to get some readings. It's not foolproof, of course, and requires configuration. But between it and your insight, you should be able to find the way. Okay. Why would I ask about Errant? What is the value of this? Let's just go do the thing. We soldier on. You know how we do. On account of we're all soldiers and everything. We are absolutely planning to betray him, so this'll be fun. The party falls in line, protecting Philemo in the middle. You lead the way. You're deep in the bog when you hear the sounds of struggle ahead of you. Philemo's barons hang back while you two creep forward to investigate and discover a few workers heaving salvage through the wet earth. Thieves, stealing valuable relics from beneath our very feet. I won't stand. Rook, be a good fellow and deal with them quickly, yes? Well, me? Why not you? You never saw fit to grant me that kind of authority, you might recall. This is a covert operation, and you're the special agent prized for his tactical skill. I'm the commanding officer, I command. Go deal with it. Alright, I don't want to blow things early. You step out of the shrub line, careful to draw attention away from the lurking barons. My, this is quite the haul. It's ours, Grifter. We risked our necks to make this claim. Now we're going to sell the profits and buy out our contracts. Okay, here's a question. No, one combat is not going to make a difference as to whether or not my graphs level up. So that being the case, Pluck dislikes me. I mean, there's a lot of that going around. Yeah, alright, let's try to resolve this through chatter. My understanding is that you are required, per your contract, to report all fines to the barons, no? And then he jumps out of the bushes and is like, you can trust Rook, and for some reason that works? Create 2 copies of Fallout, that seems pretty good. This may have time to hatch, I guess we'll see. What do I want to do here? I probably want to just draw a card before I make any other big decisions. We're not going to do any damage this turn, not anything meaningful. Gain an influence, draw a card, sure. And then, like... I think I'm going to flip a coin so that I can get 2 more influence. And then we're just going to memory lapse one of these cards out. Okay. That's an alright start, I think. Okay, so boosted dilemma. Let's blockade first. Alright, so no, we're already at a point here where no damage is going to splash back onto me. I mean, we may as well just pass some actions forward. Alright, what about some additional fallouts? We're not actually going to be able to give that enough health to have it survive. But what I can do... I'm just going to eat a bunch of damage here, unfortunately. Well, actually, when I prepare cards, I also gamble. So we do have 2 gambles in hand, which will cause this to gain... This will go up to 8. It'll absorb most of the damage for the turn. Yeah, you know what? That's fine. So there's only a 50-50 chance of this. Yeah, let's just play this one. Alright. Just gonna take like a little bit of damage. Ooh, 18 resolve. Nope, nope, nope. There we go. This is actually pretty great. And then... Okay, in the end, we only lost 5 resolve there. I think that's a pretty fantastic outcome. Yeah, outcome. Absolutely, that's the word I meant. I don't know why I even hesitated. A stacked deck is pretty good with our, yeah, I'm going to take that. It's pretty good with our graphs. And, you know, besides, isn't there a reward for informants? I mean, how well can you truly trust your compatriots? Would any of you turn each other in to avoid retribution? No, I'd never. And these guys would never. But maybe we all better just turn this into the Barons. Since, you know, we would want to be found in breach of contract. The workers continue to haul their salvage through the bog, this time with much less enthusiasm. I suppose that's your idea of dealing with it, is it? Now I see why Calandra was inclined to trust you. And why is that? Getting a little sassy here? You have a soft hand, Rook. I must say it surprises me. I remember you being much stricter, but I did have you on a bit of a pedestal, didn't I? Perhaps with age I've grown wiser, or you've grown softer. Or perhaps I just know when a subtle touch is required. Shall we continue on? Your treasure awaits. He's getting awfully judgmental for a guy who's as dependent on me as he is. The bog presses in on all sides. All right, old chap, you seem a bit tense. Yeah, something feels off. Does it? I don't believe we're being followed. I flatter myself that I would notice if we were. Oh, not if our tail had an evolutionary advantage. You hold out your hand to silence the group, ignoring Philemo's dubious look. And then, oh no! It's a Grocket. We got some backup though. Okay, it's just gonna take a big chunk out of my fleet. That's annoying. Let's not spend Philemo yet, probably, because we are going to oh no, wait, that's right. I'm not intending to excuse me, to keep him around. I don't remember. It says this exists for this battle only. So if we did stay on Philemo's good side, would we? Is it just that we get a new copy of this for the next round, maybe? Or for the next battle? Also, we can probably do that with this. Isn't one of these... Yes. Impairing. Get over here and impair this guy. Okay. So... He's got this this temper condition. He's also got these super high armor. But it falls off. We just got to hit really hard. Unfortunately, I don't really have the option of hitting really hard. Philemo, can you hit hard enough? No. But Philemo did strip a bunch of charges at least. So... pretty good odds that gets real damage. Okay, yeah, we're stripping the hide pretty quickly here. My fleet's just going to defend itself anyway, so probably... Yeah, okay. Ooh, a stun, though. 6 defense is certainly not quite where I want to be here. So do I have... Okay, I do have a thing that will spend a charge. So when you attack with that, you don't gain a charge from the mark. I'm assuming what's actually happening there is that we gain a charge, then we spend a charge or something like that, but you would think that spending a charge is part of playing that card. I don't know. That's weird. It's weird that that works the way it does. I should definitely do this. You know, he's no longer impaired. That'd be a good idea to re-impair him. Yeah, this thing where we're always like spending a charge and then immediately refilling our charge is pretty great. Alright, we'll certainly play that. I'm gonna Bog Doom it. Alright, I think that's probably about it, right? It turns out Bog Doom's actually awesome. Okay, scatter phase on the cheap or scatter phase on the first turn. We go through our combat deck pretty quickly. I think I would rather have it just be cheap. And then I don't know that we want any of this stuff. It's not that hard to get this to generate overcharge reliably, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we want any of this. With the beast taken care of, you turn to check on Philemo. My Hash's reach, what were those things? Oh, you haven't encountered those before? Of course not. Threats like that are contained well before they reach headquarters. Let's press on before the stench of the corpses draws some other nefarious creature. The expedition reaches an abandoned ruin, easily defensible and good enough for a rest. A moment, Rook. This is a good moment to rest before we make the final approach. You humans are rather short-winded after all. I suppose that means Kredeshi are therefore long-winded? Ha, quite. Okay, so we could just upgrade a card. Okay, so no, our card did in fact lose charges. Well, then we probably want to do this, right? We certainly don't need to refill here. Exploring the temple gets us some miscellaneous equipment, I believe, but it's usually not all that good. Let's just refill that card. You walk among the troops, critiquing their stance and offering advice on proper maintenance of their weapons. Soothed by your confidence, a few of them seem to muster strength for the road ahead. Yeah, I think the impairing attack is one of the most valuable ones, honestly. All right, the deep bog awaits. You're deep in the bog now. Oh, good. A fly buzzes next to your ear, loud enough to almost crack your skull. The waters are thick and murky around your legs. There's no use denying it. You'll have to stop to clear the debris out from your false joint. Hold just a moment. What is it? One of the charming idiosyncrasies of these artificial legs. They need to be maintained. Suddenly, Philemo crouches by your side, pulling a kit from his satchel. I developed these cloths for our weapons, but I imagine it'll do just as well on that bum leg of yours. He begins to clean the joint of your artificial knee with military efficiency. You know, I can handle that. You forget I always had commendations for field maintenance. We need to be quick, and I trust myself to do the job properly. Alright, there. Should do the trick now, old boy. Give it a bend. Sure enough, your leg works better than it has in a while. Oh, thank you. He can't even smile in a trustworthy way. How is he functional as a spy? You both fall silent as your ears prick. Something about the bog has shifted. Even the buzzing flies have gone. The bog hungers outsiders. You should sink beneath its waters so it can feed. But on the other hand, what if go away? Burn the bog. Best you slink back where you came from. Alright, this is an intimidation, which is not necessarily the thing that I'm, best at, but we'll figure it out. I am desperate for some cards. Yeah, there we go. Oh, right. Play the thing twice. That's almost as good as the resolve here, and that it'll help with the next attack as well. Well, not exactly what I was looking for. Let's flip a bunch of coins. Upgrade all cards in your hand for the rest of the negotiation, but lose 2 resolve per card upgraded. Okay. Just kind of not a good card, frankly. Alright, well, I think we've got a pretty solid start here. Gain 2 diversion. Then we'll gamble a little bit. Not doing a very good job of keeping my diversion alive, unfortunately. And let's flip some coins. Alright, unfortunately, I am going to take it on the chin here. I do not actually have an easy way of getting any influence here. Yeah, same as before. It turns out Pale Fallout's just a really good card. Yeah, we're not interested in any of that. The bog's been gutted for decades. You're fools if you think we have anything to fear. The boggers watch you shrewdly before vanishing, one by one, back into the tree line. We must be getting close. Indeed, let's press on. My resolve is starting to waver a little bit. I'm getting concerned. The light dims as you march deeper into the bog. It's not just the daylight that's dwindling. The air grows thicker, congealing into a miasma of spores and swamp gas. Something's not right. The air's thick enough to dampen sounds, but you know all the same when you've walked into a trap. All right, Rook. For a second, I wondered if Falemo had maybe hooked you for insubordination. But you're only fashionably late. Lay down your arms, Falemo, and come quiet, and we can negotiate a fair deal. Otherwise, I'll have to kill you, and I'm afraid your old war buddy won't do nothing to stop it. My old war buddy would rather lay down his life than betray a comrade. I followed this man into more danger than even you are in right now, young lady. Captain, show this woman how we dealt with threats in the aerostat. Yeah, the thing is, I am in fact... Hey, this isn't trying to switch sides. This was explicitly the plan. It's super weird that there's a dialogue challenge here at all, when this was explicitly the plan. That I would lure him out here and... Okay. Well, I'm a little worried about only having 12 resolve for this, but we'll see. Alright, let's just do the thing. And then we do still have some rigs. Yeah, I'll go ahead and undo this. I would love to keep Voice of the People alive a little bit longer. So we've almost got our flourish back. So if I play this, I will get to gamble 3 times. Which is exactly enough for it to absorb the attack this turn. And then also, obviously, like, we're getting a lot of damage out of this and everything, so... But I probably want to rig forward, then prepare, and get my gamble that way, right? Because, of course, I do want all of that doubt. This is a little awkward. Okay, let's prepare this. Oh, interesting. It didn't make this free. Right, because this should be a card that costs 1 now, because we swapped its cost with propaganda, and then it's prepared, so it costs 1 less. I don't know why it doesn't work that way. It absolutely should. Do I do... As things stand now, I am going to survive. Yeah, I guess we better... Yeah, this is going to hurt quite a bit, though. Alright, XP for stacked deck. Hooray! Ow. Evoke when you gamble heads twice. Evoke when you gamble and get heads 2 times in a row, or maybe 2 times in a turn. This is not, I think, the text of this is not necessarily the clearest. That said, look, it's regretful, but the circumstances forced my hand. I assure you, my loyalty is truly to you. Well, you'll prove it by turning your sights on Falemo. Yeah, this was the plan. Okay. Let's do the thing. I don't suppose anybody could hand me my requisition launcher for the day? No? Nobody's got the time? Alright. Boy, they sure hate my pet always. Okay. Reduce its number of attacks this turn by 1. If no attacks remain, Torque becomes stunned. So I can punch it out of at least some of that. Let me throw Fistful up first. Okay, that's not bad. So we go fully charged. Then Kikoshe. And then bounce the dynamo round. Okay, that's pretty good damage. I'm still taking a ton though. I couldn't remember how many attacks there were before the ambush. Obviously, if I had known we weren't going to have one more fight with Falemo's goons on my side, then I might have made a different choice at the camp. Pale Scatter Phase is a good thing to get up. Who's got my mark right now? You do? That's a real shame, because you are not a person that it is valuable for me to attack at all. Alright, let's do some of this. So the wound won't do any damage against the dog, but piercing damage is doubled against metallic enemies. And the dog also has mark. So let's go ahead and do this. That'll fill me back up, give me my temporary power. Then this is totally free. And then we probably just go to Falemo with this, right? Just like really lay the wound on. I do like our combat tech. I feel powerful. There's a high-value Groutber. Who's hitting me? Regional Manager Falemo. Oh, no. Well... yeah, my shovel has certainly gotten less good with my my number of cells lowered. I guess let's Stone Posture. Alright, hooray for wounds. Interestingly, I was not expecting that to change how much damage people were going to do to the loot cluster. Am I hitting for as much as I can with that? Yeah, none of the stuff I'm doing right now is going to help very much. Well, I mean, I guess I can crack this guy a couple of times and just get some overcharge off of him. Okay, 12's pretty good. Alright, so 11 temporary power next turn. Let's not spend a Calandra charge. I think this fight is well over. Gain 2 impair and draw 2 cards. Me gaining 2 impair is very bad. Didn't happen this time, but I'm not happy about that card being in my deck. Yes, let's just like hit a whole lot of times, shall we? Nope, not that one. This one. I mean, at this point. killed the rest of them. Letting that guy go doesn't seem very useful. So I'll take this. Improvise plus 2 cards from your item deck for free. Yeah, we should take that. That I don't need. Target a random enemy, fire 4 times. Ooh, boy, that might be worth a spot in the deck. I think another Fleet Egg is probably not at this point. There's no reason not to take this. It has Replenish. The question is just, do we want this thing that doesn't really do that much damage per hit? But like it does, the 4 attacks does play nicely with a bunch of overcharge. Yeah, alright. And then Charged Barrage is not bad, but our deck is a little on the large side. So maybe we want to maybe we just want to take it easy here. No, this card's good. This extra attacks is good. All right, so now we got our Rise forces. We really did it. All right, let's move on here. Kalandra, I am 100% on your side. So, okay. I'm just going to brush off her concerns. She'll be neutral to me, but it's fine. She can't shake the feeling there's a long con in here somewhere. My concern is I've never tried this and failed, but we will almost certainly fail if we go for it, right? And I don't know if the outcome of attempting this and failing it is like really, really bad. I could definitely see it being really, really bad. Let's just brush off her concerns. Look, I've only done as you asked. That you now have doubts is none of my concern, except it definitely is, because, you know, that could be troublesome. Alright. Eventually the road leads you to a strange outcropping of rock sticking out of the bog like a snaggletooth. And just inside the entrance you find signs of civilization, such as it is. Glowing relics and some discarded bones have been shaped into what might be an altar. We're here. Are we? Then where's the cache? You'll find what you seek in the heart of the bog. Oh, hello. I suppose you're gonna offer resistance if we say we're here to claim an ancient treasure. There's nothing to resist. You coming here was foretold by the bog. It's been salivating with the utmost anticipation. Well, that sounds rather unpleasant. I assure you, there is nothing but bliss in the embrace of the bog. Let it feast upon you and no deliverance. He only has 30 resolve. I think we might be able to make this happen. Ah, the bog foretold this, did it? We're gonna do our... Wow, he's just gonna hit me for 13 straight up. Okay, well, that's not what I was expecting. Discard this, I guess. Okay, well, we're in pretty dire straits here. Okay, we lose. I tried. Bad time to not draw any of our cards that divert attacks there. Alright, never mind. Seems to me you're just putting words in the bog's mouth. The bog speaks in a language only we can hear. Your heretic's tongue wouldn't begin to grapple with it. Would you believe Glowfrium will dislike me if I attack him here? Then I suppose this ends only one way. Alright, listen, I got it. It's fine. It's probably fine. We have backup, we got friends. Dude's just gonna crack me across the face for 14 immediately, huh? Here's how I feel about that. Actually, I should wound you first, probably. Get my temporary power. Now I call in the Impairing Rebel. So I probably want to save this, right? As well as the second strike with the Bog Scimitar. So we tear through this dude, and then the real fight occurs. If I am remembering this correctly. Okay, Pale Scatter Phase, very good. Overcharge up a little bit more, and then... All right, I really do love everybody wounding so much. It's very helpful. This is one of those situations where it'd be super cool to have a rocket launcher. So there is a Rise force who is... Yeah, there's a Rise rocket launcher troop. Let's do this. I'm going to hit you, spend a charge, then Fistful. Then we'll call in the Rise Radical. Not that much damage, it turns out. This does expend... I don't know if I want to do that yet. This is actually a pretty good time for that. I don't want the Bogged Scimitar, so... Let's see what happens. Hold on. Let's promote an ammo pouch. I have 4 overcharge right now. Okay, I got one of them. I am gonna targeting core. I would love it if this thing was just dead. There we go. Now the real fight. So, Ice Stalks have bonus power, only target me. Yeah, because we did not weaken this thing, the situation's less than we might hope. Bog Doom is not going to actually be very helpful here. It is a shame. Okay, let's... I don't have anything that lets me spend charge aside from the... Yeah, because this doesn't draw me cards. Let's do this first so that we can gain our temporary power. May as well shovel. Actually, hold on. Do I have a defect? Just a big hit? Yeah, I guess go ahead and throw pamphlets at him. Alright, so that applies a double damage thing. I'll just get him for 8 to 38. Maximum damage, pretty alright. And then I don't think we want to spend Calandra, because her thing is explosive. I would rather hold it for when there are actually multiple enemies out. I love how many status effects our pets are always laying down. Ugh, not a great time for Impair. Alright. That said, we actually do have a pretty good set of cards here. I'm going to apply some defense to you, my friend. We're going to spend this here. Then I'm going to shovel it. Do I want to call in the Rise Explosives guy? Probably, right? He'll blow this up and do damage. Actually, he probably won't do enough damage to kill it. Well, let's find out. Yeah, that's a shame. So this is not quite lethal. Yeah, that does really suck, actually. All right, well, we kept them from popping the healing thing. And then we're out of rocket launcher guy. Well, what is going to be the best way to do this? We don't actually eat retaliation damage on anything that we kill with the hit that we land. So I think I'm actually just going to have him drop this one. Because obviously I can do 3 damage very easily here. Let's maybe start with this. Or you know what? I'm gonna force spanner this thing to death. 12 is pretty good. We're gonna auto mech blaster here. And then next turn we're gonna cash in, I think, our battle flourish and have a really big turn. Probably a pretty good time for it, actually. So spend town, then regain. That'll trigger scatter phase twice. It'll give us our additional bonus power. My whole hand is free. I mean, we may as well play Fistful, right? So I definitely want to Bog Scimitar now. Let's just go back to full health. Well, I have some wounds. I should apply these wounds. Yeah, and spending 5 overcharge to gain 5 wounds is going to be damage up on every attack. It's just better. Okay, so that's going to send me back to full. And then we just have a huge amount of damage here. I'm gonna bring in the powerful attack guy because we have 5 wounds up. You go in there and hit for all the damage. Calandra too. Everything. Give him everything. It's a big turn. All right, and I love my pets throwing up good debuffs as well. Oh, each one of them steals 3 cards. That's okay. That's fine. That's fine. Stupid brain problems. Well, there's no saving that pet at this point, right? I think I just apply wounds, right? I'm debating hitting this guy to charge up, but it's fine. We'll just get it next turn. It is a shame that my pets are so easily distracted. Yeah, but I think that's pretty big. Then we go induction crank, concentrate. It is a real bummer that the random mark hit the loot cluster again instead of the boss. Oh, I thought it... Okay. That's right, I could play my full hand when the one card was free. I could play my whole hand, I just didn't sequence it correctly. Wow, 18. That's an awful lot of armor for you to suddenly gain. So we could spend the wound. You know what? I think I do want an ammo pouch this time. Yeah. So do this. It's enough to apply all the wounds. This is gonna hurt my face a lot. Never mind. He doesn't have a face anymore, which protects my face quite effectively. And poor Deke. Poor sweet Deke. The bog, or whatever it was, sinks slowly into the earth. That's done. So it is. Scintillating dialogue here between the two of us right now. Calandra gets to work examining the area. There is work to be done, and you've only started it. She doesn't notice the strange device poking out of the mud.
It's done. The job, the cover, the double crossing. You did what you had to do, what you always do. But now your secrets are exposed, and it's time for you to move on. It's not often you reveal so much of yourself while undercover, but something about this job tricked you into putting a little too much on the line. Maybe you remembered the kind of person you used to be, the kind of work you used to believe in. Prindo Calandra got her revolution, and you know you'll be seeing the ramifications of it throughout Haveria. Maybe even all the way to Deltry or Rentoria. Part of you regrets not being there for whatever happens next, but you know you'll hear of her accomplishments. After all, that's part of the plan. The only time you're given for introspection is a quick stop at the drop point, to deliver one last report, and to get your marching orders. Haveria's a complex machine, and the cogs don't turn by themselves.
You know, that's like morally, that's a good outcome. It makes me feel a little bit better about all of the horrible stuff that we were doing for a lot of that. Victory bonus, still alive. Hey, you did it. 1000 XP. All right, well, prestige level 7 victory with Rook. I feel pretty good about it. We didn't even have any false starts that time. So that is going to be it for us for today, and thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time tomorrow, we'll be starting it up with Smith. Smith, who definitely has rapidly become my favorite character. I am expecting that we're probably going to lose a time or two with Smith. I have found Smith's campaign to be considerably more difficult on the higher prestige levels than the other two. But, you know, I'm looking forward to a challenge. I hope y'all are too, and we'll see you then.